Happy to welcome you all, my dear students, to my polymer chemistry class today. In this video, I shall make you familiar about the terms and the knowledge about polymers. Do you think that daily life would have been easier and colorful without the discovery and applications of polymers? The use of polymers in the manufacture of plastic buckets, cups and saucers, children's toys, packaging bags, synthetic clothing materials, automobile tires, gears, seats, electrical insulating materials, all these have become a part and parcel of our lives. Indeed, these polymers are the backbone for 4 major industries like plastics, plastic industry, elastomer industry, fiber industry and paint and varnishes industries. Now what are these polymers? Polymers are macromolecules which serve many plastic industries and they are composed of small units called monomers. So monomer is a small unit and a single unit called monomer will all combine together to form polymers. Okay, so the process of conversion of monomers to polymers is called polymerization. What is a monomer? A monomer is a single molecule and a polymer is a chain of monomers. Okay, so here the monomers are individually shown here. Mono means single, mers means units. Mono means single units, monomers single units. Polymer, poly means many, mers means units. So polymer means many units. All single units combine to give you polymers. Polymers can form long chain also called macromolecules. Okay, so macromolecules are composed of single units called monomers. The single unit or the repeating unit is called the monomer and the macromolecule is called the polymer. Okay, so the process of conversion of monomers to polymers is called polymerization. The conversion of monomers, single units or repeating units called monomers to form macromolecule is called polymerization. Now what do you see here? This is ethene or ethylene. Ethylene, the formula for ethylene is CH2 double bond CH2 and the structure is written like this. C double bond C and both the carbon atoms are attached to 2 hydrogen atoms. So this is the formula for ethylene. Now ethylene can act as a monomer. So the monomer should be basically bifunctional or should have a double bond in order to undergo polymerization. That is a basic criteria for a monomer to undergo polymerization and that is called the functionality. The functionality should be a minimum 2 or 3 or 4 and so on. So minimum the functionality should be 2 or it should have a double bond for a monomer to undergo polymerization. Now how is this ethylene polymerizing? Ethylene, when it is subjected to heat and pressure, ethylene is CH2 double bond CH2. This ethylene, when it is subjected to heat and pressure, in the presence of a catalyst, it polymerizes to give you polyethylene. During this polymerization, the double bond breaks. The double bond breaks into a single bond and you get bonds on either side the whole n times. The polymer should be always written like this. CH2, single bond, CH2, bonds on either side the whole n times. This is the structure for a polymer. So n molecules of ethylene, when subjected to heat and pressure in the presence of a catalyst. So catalyst presence is necessary for speeding the reaction. The reaction rate or the speed of the reaction increases by the presence of a catalyst. Ethylene polymerizes to give you polyethylene. Now these are some of the articles which are made up of polyethylene. So this is a polyethylene raw material. When they buy from the shop, the polyethylene will be like this only. It can be molded into different materials like covers, tubes, polythene sheets, etc. So all these we are using in our day-to-day lives, is it not? So all these are made up of ethylene only. Ethylene is polymerizing and forming polyethylene. In common we call it as polythene. Next one is polypropylene. Polypropylene is obtained by the polymerization of propylene. So what is propylene? In ethylene, when one hydrogen is substituted by a methyl group. Okay, this is ethylene. In ethylene, we already learned ethylene's formula is CH2 double bond CH2. In ethylene, instead of one hydrogen, if we replace it by a methyl group CH3, you get propylene. So propylene can act as a monomer because it is having a double bond. So this propylene, when it is subjected to heat and pressure in the presence of a catalyst, propylene polymerizes to give you polypropylene. So during polymerization, the double bond breaks and there is combination of repeated units of this propylene. So propylene units are repeating and forming a long chain polymer called propylene, which we write like this. We have to put a single unit CH2, single bond CH, CH3, bonds on either side the whole n times. This is polypropylene. So this is how we write the structure of a polymer. Polymer will have the double bond broken, bonds on either side, which is indicating that it is linked with many repeating units. And this is polypropylene. These are some of the articles which are made up of polypropylene. This polypropylene file which we have in our day-to-day life. These are polypropylene tubes, test tubes, ampoules. These are polypropylene bags. So hereafter when we use these materials in our day-to-day life, we have to remember the formula of polypropylene. CH2, single bond CH, CH3, bonds on either side, the whole n times. Next one is polyvinyl chloride. In short, it is called PVC. Polyvinyl chloride can be obtained from the monomer called vinyl chloride. What is vinyl chloride? Vinyl chloride is a derivative of ethylene only. In ethylene, when one of the hydrogen is replaced by chlorine, you get vinyl chloride. Okay, it is also called chloroethene. This chloroethene is the monomer. Okay, so how is chloroethene obtained? Chloroethene is obtained by replacing one hydrogen in ethylene with chlorine. Or this vinyl chloride or chloroethene polymerizes under heat and pressure in the presence of a catalyst to give you polyvinyl chloride. So polyvinyl chloride has got repeated units of vinyl chloride linked together. So these are vinyl chloride units all linked or joined together by van der Waals force of attraction or single bonding to give you polyvinyl chloride. This is again vinyl chloride only, giving you polyvinyl chloride. Now what is polyvinyl chloride? In short, I told you already. Polyvinyl chloride is called as PVC. So we have seen PVC pipes. All these are made up of polyvinyl chloride. Next polymer is Teflon. Teflon or Fluon. The full form is polytetrafluoroethylene, PTFE, polytetrafluoroethylene. Polytetrafluoroethylene is also a derivative of ethylene only. In ethylene, we have CH2 double bond CH2. Instead of the H2, if we replace it by F2, instead of the 4 hydrogen atoms, if you are replacing by 4 fluorine atoms, you get tetrafluoroethylene. This tetrafluoroethylene, when it is subjected to heat and pressure, in the presence of a catalyst, it polymerizes to give you polytetrafluoroethylene. And this polytetrafluoroethylene is also a linear polymer. It doesn't have any branch and all. A long chained linear polymer, which is having a melting point around 330 degrees Celsius. And this polytetrafluoroethylene finds its application in making utensils, non-stick utensils. These are some Teflon tapes, Teflon barrels, Teflon pipes, all Teflon materials. These are all Teflon articles or Teflon in our day-to-day lives. Next one is formation of polyacrylonitrile. Polyacrylonitrile is a polymer which is obtained from acrylonitrile. Now, what is the formula for acrylonitrile? It can also be shown using ethylene as the base. In ethylene, if we replace one hydrogen with cyanide, CN, one of the hydrogens are replaced by cyanide, that is CN. When you replace it with cyanide, you get acrylonitrile. This acrylonitrile also serves as a monomer, or it undergoes polymerization. When it is heated under pressure in the presence of a catalyst, it gives polyacrylonitrile. So we see a structure here. This is a structure of acrylonitrile, where the 3 black spheres represent the 3 carbon atoms, and the nitrogen is a blue sphere. All the 3 hydrogen atoms are the red spheres. Okay, so this is the 3D view of monomer acrylonitrile, which is polymerizing to give you polyacrylonitrile. During polymerization, what is taking place? The double bond is breaking and becoming single bond. Then you put bonds on either side, the whole n times. This is polyacrylonitrile. So these are some polyacrylonitrile fibers which are used in making cloth materials, carpets, then ropes, etc. Next one is polystyrene. This is also a polymer which is obtained from styrene. Now to remember the formula of styrene, you go to ethylene. In ethylene, if one of the hydrogen is removed and replaced by the phenyl group, benzene ring or C6H5 group. If you replace one hydrogen by a phenyl group, you get styrene. Styrene also behaves as a monomer, or styrene, repeated units of styrene polymerizes under heat and pressure in the presence of a catalyst. It gives polystyrene. Polystyrene, where the double bond is breaking and becoming single bond, then bonds on either side of carbon, the whole n times, that is polystyrene. Now this polystyrene polymer find its applications in making polystyrene boxes. This is a thermocol sheet which is a form of polystyrene. This is a polystyrene cup, and all these are thermocol boxes. Okay, thermocol is nothing but it is form of polystyrene. So when we look into these articles, we have to remember the formula of polystyrene, which can be derived from ethylene only. In ethylene, the hydrogen is removed and replaced by benzene, means we get a styrene. Styrene polymerizes to give you polystyrene.